Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Michigan International Speedway here in Michigan for the running of the GMC Sierra 250. 40 trucks in the field, 41 qualified, only one went home. On pole for the second time, the queen of the 2-mile qualifying. That is Priya McShane for Rockstar Energy Racing. She rolls off on the pole, second time this season, her first pole being at Auto Club. This number 2 driver just looking to get Rockstar Energy Racing back into victory lane after she scored the team's only win in the National Series. Jesse Turner, the big winner from the Crown Royal 300 this year, a Valvoline 200 winner, loves the bigger tracks, but he likes it when there's plates on it. No plates on these cars here at Michigan. He rolls off in second for Anj Auto. And behind him, the home team for this weekend, Cloud Foster Racing Operations, the 94 and 97 of Patrick Smith and Peter Onjak roll off in the second row. These two looking to get their wins this year. And Gatlin Downey rounds out the top 5 with another RER driver up here. Nikki Morris, give that number 7 team a shout out, rolls off 6th for the Circle K GMC Sierra number 7 for MJ Motorsports. He's looking to put himself in the top 10, try to get his first top 10 in a long time here in the Cup Series. There's Riley Spurleytube, Logan Bradley in the top 10, Alex Peters, another 2-mile driver, and John Dilks with another top 10 qualifying run in that 71, having a great time here for Toyota Racing Development in the Truck Series. Colton Lane, Larry Hagan staying a bit further back. You also got Zach Rogers right there. There is Irving Allison in the 01. He is rolling off this car in that 15th position today for BGM. He's another one of the rotating cast of drivers in that 01 truck. Give a shout out to Simtech Racing and Maxwell Fye, this number 32. Rolling off 17th today. Will they have the pace? Was it just a qualifying setup they put on to try to get into the show and run with some great speed? Or will they have pace in this race? Who knows? It's a drafting kind of track, and they didn't really fare too well at Daytona, but we'll see what they can do. Starting 17th today, the team's best start this season for SRI. Roger Ray in the 90 this week. There is last time ounce winner Matthew Eves finally getting that first career win on a non-super speedway track. Now he rolls off 21st here at Michigan. But a big thing with this back half of the grid, you saw a lot of underdogs up front. You got guys like Matthew Eves, Vince Freeze, Daniel Kobza, Jose Perez, Logan Cloud in the 82 this week. Diego Yepes, a multi-time Michigan winner. Austin Johnson, Antoine Smith back here. Ryan Butcher, who they're all pretty high in the standings, but you got a lot of these drivers now near the back that are really going to be charging through the field today with some fast trucks. There's Jeffrey Finguy in the 02. This is probably going to be his final start at Michigan unless the Cup Series brings him in, unless Evernham brings him in to the Cup race and the chase for the Cup. But Finguy looking to just finish this race out, his last time possibly in front of the home crowd. There's Mike Cook in a new Xerox scheme in the 81, same as the LEI MDCS car that Xerox sponsored. However, this one at least is making races. Zachary Fitzwater in his final year as he announced retirement at the end of the season. There is Dusty Neal for CFRO. They brought the 4th truck out for this weekend. And Mikey Yamakaze, what looks to be a start and park run for BGM this weekend. McShane and Turner leading us down. It's going to be an exciting 50 laps here at Michigan. Always a long event. Let's go head down trackside for the commands to fire the engines here at the GMC Sierra 250. With that, the engines are fired. We're ready to roll off for these 50 laps here at Michigan. 40 drivers in the field like always. Sure to be an exciting one. Michigan always puts on a good show with 3, 4, sometimes even 5 wide racing. Big surprise this season is Priya McShane. Really a big surprise in the last year has been Priya McShane. Mountain Dew Custom Series career hasn't gone too well. She was in DNQ mode last year for a lot of go or go home qualifying sessions in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, but won at Chicagoland last season. And now second pole on the year, both of them coming at the 2-mile ovals, Michigan and Auto Club. And really a great average start. 16th is her average starting position in that number 2 truck. That's pretty good, but her average finish is 28th. That's not a good time for Priya. She's trying to turn that around today. Another driver trying to turn their season around. Patrick Smith in third. Really the weak link at CFRO right now. Onjak pointing his way into the chase right now. Gained 15 spots from last week's runner-up finish at Kentucky, or a couple weeks ago, runner-up finish at Kentucky. He is 10th in the standings in that 97. Stephen Wallace Jr. has a race win inside the top 20. Patrick's 26th. CFRO's home track this week at Michigan. We'll see what they can do starting in second and third. Nicky Morris also trying to turn around his season. So is Gatlin Downey. You got a lot of underdogs up front, so this could be an interesting race. You got a lot of stronger trucks in the back, especially about 20th to 26th are a ton of very strong trucks that could move their way through the field, including Austin Johnson back there, 27th. That's your points leader. But McShane and Turner are leading us down. Patrick Smith and Onjak, row 2. Downey and Nicky Morris, row 3. Spurley 2, Bradley, row 4. Alex Peters and Luke Rainey, row 5. We're getting ready to go racing at Michigan. An exciting 50 laps is ahead of us. The 2-mile ovals never disappoint in the truck series. Green flags in the air, and we're racing at Michigan. You're going to see a lot of drafting. Drafting's the key here at these big tracks. See, Onjak already tried to jump to the outside. Doesn't work for him. Nicky Morris going to jump that MJ Motorsports number 7 down to the inside as they come off 2 by 2. Now the worrying thing, looks like most of the field was clean that time, but you're going to see when we get 3 and 4 wide, it's so hard to hold the outside coming off the corners. You might get a piece of the wall. That's going to be a big factor in these races as we go. Now, as McShane's pulling away in that front spot, Patrick Smith going to get the push from Nicky Morris for second, but Nicky wants second as well. Jump into the inside. There's Logan Bradley. Spurley Tube 3 wide behind him now. Many rows deep as they come down the front stretch. 2 and 3 wide is going to be the name of the game here at Michigan. A very wide track is Vince Freeze. It looked like the 60 went all the way up and into the wall, and this is not going to work. 4 wide coming off. They calmed it down. Oh, Johnson's in it, and there goes your points leader, Austin Johnson, around with Matthew Brown on the back straightaway. And Brown's going to nose it into the wall. Johnson keeps it off mostly, but it's McShane, Nicky Morris, Turner, Patrick Smith fighting for these top 4 spots, and it's going to be Priya in that too. Looks like she will lead us back around, and she will take that race lead, but already we have a spin. Matthew Brown, who's had a very down season, but that's your points leader in Austin Johnson right there in that 77 truck. Matthew Brown, on the other hand, having a pretty poor season so far for that 16 team. He sits 30th in points. But now everyone else it looks like they're going to bring it right back up. Vince Freeze there in the 60. He just got into the wall too early, and that's really what happened to Alex Peters last season as well. He got hooked on that wall going, I think it was 4 wide into turn number 1, and that's the biggest problem, is these guys get so aggressive, try to make moves where they can't, and it ends up crashing the field. But good to see only 2 trucks, or 3 trucks, I guess, involved in that, as it looks like already we are only 3 laps into this, and it looks like everyone's going to start bringing their teams down pit road. So McShane there, 3 laps into this one. She'll lead him down. We'll see if indeed the whole field does indeed come down with her. And it looks like that's what we're seeing right now. But 3 laps in, I don't see much of a difference other than a splash and go. I'm pretty sure that the fuel window's around 20 laps-ish here. A little over, a little under. I don't exactly remember, but looks like everyone's coming in, and that is the case. All 40 trucks coming down pit road. So they'll go to the attention of their crews. McShane leading them down. Lap 4 running right there. So, again, as we said, probably the name of the game will be you'd want to do just maybe fuel only just to keep the track position. And it looks like that's what Smith Peters are going to do. Patrick Smith in and out, and he will lead us off pit road. Alex Peters second, Jesse Turner third. It looks like 2 tires for the rest of them. In this field, no one probably going for 4, but that's going to hold up a ton of cars. They're going to drop now into the middle of that, and I don't know if you want to be dropped into the hornet's nest that is the mid-pack here in Michigan. But we're under caution for the first time. Let's go ahead, get a quick replay. First incident of the day, Vince Freeze is on the very outside, and he's going to scrape the wall heading in, and now they're 5 wide. That's not going to work here at Michigan. They get 4 wide, but Freeze is still out in the marbles, has no grip, and he's just going to bounce off the wall right into his teammate who had nowhere to go in Austin Johnson. Looking at a wider angle shot of that, you see the 60 up the track. Currently, they're 5 wide. Now, the 0, 16 kind of back out of it. The 80, 9, and 60 go forward. Freeze knows he's not going to make the corner. He got off the throttle, still hits the wall, and all of those guys go spinning down the back. Not too much damage, but the 16 does nose it into the inside wall. Here's Sladek on the inside. Again, just nowhere to go. He's on the inside. He knows he's 5 wide. He backs out. Now they're 4 wide. It just bounces off, and he just clips the 16. Not too much damage to any of them. Should all be able to continue on here in Michigan. Back live here at Michigan. Patrick Smith, Alex Peters, Jesse Turner, Nikki Morris, and Priya McShane are your top 5. The 96 on the apron coming back off of pit road after another late stop for the 96 of Dusty Neal. Whole field still in this one. A couple cars are damaged up. Mikey Yamakaze took their team behind the wall, citing some electrical issues on that number 78 truck. So we'll see what that means for their garage time. But it looks like Yamakaze, the only truck really out of this one. The rest of the 39 still running strong here in this race. And Patrick Smith, Alex Peters, Jesse Turner took some fuel only and jumped McShane and Nikki Morris. The tires ain't going to really matter. It was 2 laps pretty much on green, so I don't think we really need a report on that. But I know you saw some of the guys that were taking time on pit road. Really, if you lost positions, you were probably taking 2 tires. Patrick Smith, Alex Peters up front. Turner, Nikki Morris, Priya McShane, your top 5. We're getting ready to go back racing. Lap number 7 will be going green here. Smith versus Peters up front. Can Patrick hang on for the rest of these 44 laps to go here at Michigan? Green flags back in the air. We're racing once again in the GMC Sierra 250. And Alex Peters is going to waste no time. Goes up, goes to the bottom. He loves the 2-mile ovals. He's not the king of them. That's Diego Yepes. I guess you could say he's the prince. The 2-time winner at Auto Club has not won at Michigan yet, but he's going to try to today, right into the race lead there. You see Bradley and Monaco follow each other up the track, and that's just how hard it is to get that outside line to really work in. It looks like up front they're staying pretty much single file now, as Patrick's going to be the one looking to the very outside, trying to just get on the edge of that groove right there, that darkened part of the racetrack, trying to make up any spots he can. Nikki Morris looking to the inside of Jesse Turner, looking through the field. There you go. There's a big pack. Maxwell Fay still up here, just getting a top 10 run there. They're 4 wide back here, though. Kobza, Hagen, Fletcher, Vargas, y'all got to get off as you see Lane and Fletcher bounce off the wall. Now it looks like they're all going to kind of calm down as Logan Cloud's really stacking up that inside. Antoine Smith had to get off the gas a ton to let Cloud back in. He's in the 82 this week, and that holds up Eves, SWJ, Vargas on that inside line, looking all the way through. Everyone still up to pace. Everyone's still running their line. Logan Bradley going crazy. A big outside line run, and that's dangerous. You see how close he got to that safer barrier on that outside line. That's what is really sketchy about this track. It's really not the walls. It's the safer barriers being so much thicker than the walls here, and these guys like to run as close as they can to that wall, running that outside line. Now Logan Bradley going to force his way up the middle, 3 wide past Oncheck. Now looking to the inside of Priya McShane. Maxwell Fay, we're going to get as much TV time for this Simtech Racing number 32 as we can before, if he could stay up front, he'll get a lot more, but he's right now running just inside the top 10, 9th right now for SRI as they're trying to hang on up front, but it looks like they got an RER and a TSR truck going right to the inside of them. There's Alex Fletcher, Aiden Smith, and Larry Hagan a bit further back. This is a pack we're kind of watching from Downey all the way back. This could be the sketchy part of the track. There's Diego Yepes in the green Monster Energy truck this week. And you got Ryan Butcher in the Rick and Morty number 17 Adult Swim truck. Looks like going for a similar design to that other 17 truck with the other sponsor that they have. There's Eli Bright back there just trying to hang on in that 8 truck, move up. And as we said, yeah, whole field still up to speed so we can focus back up front as they are going at it. Well, really not going at it. They're just going around this track. Alex Peters pulling away. Patrick Smith in second. McShane, a bit of a poor exit, is going to bring that 57 right up to her. Now Onjack's going to try to split the middle. Not going to that time. He's going to tuck in right behind Logan Bradley there as Bradley moves up. So Zachary Racing having a great truck showing so far. Both of their trucks inside the top 3 currently. There's Eric Monaco In that number 4, he's trying to hang on as they go on around this one. 3 wide further back, that's Turner, Rogers, and Downey. As Downey's in the middle, Rogers is going to tuck back in behind him. In that number 9 truck, you see Maxwell Fay starting to lose some time. In that 32 truck, Aiden Smith sliding up back there. You see this field, they are running 2 and 3 wide. You can do that pretty much the entire way around the track. 4 wide and more is when it starts getting risky, but that outside line does have some momentum, just as long as you're not into the outside wall. Looking back up front, there is Bradley now moving his way into second. Alex Peters checking out by a country mile in that 45. 1 truck upside down. I think that's Zach Rogers, and it is as Downey slides back around. Keep it out of everyone else, and Zach Rogers goes for a wild ride in the TSR9. And Priya McShane on Jack. What a save by both of them. Almost could have turned him in front of the field as well. Coming off the corner, we're coming back to the caution flag. Alex Peters' lead is going to be taken away, but 13 laps into this one. Gatlin Downey's continuing on. Zach Rogers. Oh, I hope he's okay after that one. Looked like a very big hit. Looked like he hit rear first, but he does have a ton of front end damage, so we'll have to see what happened to that 9 truck going into the air in turn number 2. Heavy, heavy hit for the TSR9, and Rogers hasn't been having a great season. He's 20th in points entering this, and I mean, again, it's only been a handful of races. Alex Peters looks like he's coming in, so this might be the fuel strategy here. Looks like Peters is going down, coming in, and I don't know if anyone else is, as they come on around, so we'll go ahead and see that. But Alex Peters had the truck to beat. It looks like they're bringing it on in, probably just trying to get on an alternate strategy. I don't know if I'd want to be back in that mayhem, though, here in Michigan. But Zach Rogers, oh, what a hit as they're trying to get him out of that number 9 truck. Jesse Turner also coming down. John Dilks. Maxwell Fay coming on down. Interesting to see the 32 come down, but maybe he's thinking if we can get a fuel strategy race to the end, he could make it. Lane and Shepard's Diego Yepes come down. Fitzwater's also bringing it on in, so is Finn Guy, and then Aiden Burkhart, Cook, and Downey. So Downey had damage. A couple of the back markers coming on in. We'll see what they do, as Alex Peters is going to bring that truck to the attention of his crew down there in that number 45. We'll see what the Melon Man does there with that Zachary Racing 45. And what I'm thinking is this is going to be a 4-tire call. Peters definitely only went for fuel on that restart. So, yeah, it's going to be a 4-tire call for him. So, probably a 4-tire call for everyone. I think you'd take that right now. You're going to drop to the back anyway. There's not too much track position to be gained when only about 9 or 10 trucks came down. But that's going to be interesting. Jesse Turner is going to come out right behind that 45. I think Turner might have gone for 2 tires. We'll get a quick update on that as we go. But Zach Rogers and Gatlin Downey have a wild ride here. The 9 truck is done. We'll get a quick replay. Bring guys back to the action here at the GMC Sierra 250 in a moment. A very scary incident here for Zach Rogers in the 9 is on the outside of Downey. And Downey, for whatever reason, is going to check up here as Rogers tries to tuck in behind him. They're going to hook. Turner gets a piece of it, but they kind of slide in and just bounces that 9 up and over. He is okay. Rogers is out of that truck, walking to the infield care center, but a pretty big hit there, and it's going to end his day. If he didn't flip over, he probably would be able to continue on, but just now, after flipping it, you're going to see he just gets pinched up, bounces upside down. That's pretty much going to be the end of the day here for Zach Rogers. Downey still in this race. Back live at the GMC Sierra 250. Logan Bradley leads this race over Patrick Smith, Priya McShane, Nicky Morris, Peter Onjak, Monaco Spurley Tube, Antoine Smith, Aiden Smith, and Jose Perez. Under that caution, about 10 drivers came into pit road. 3 went for fuel only, that being Jesse Turner, Aiden Burkhart, and Jeffrey Finguy. However, the 47 team did attempt to repair a little bit of the damage and take a look at that rear wheel that was clipped in that caution. As well, Alex Peters, John Dilks, Colton Lane, Diego Yepes, Maxwell Fay, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Mike Cook, and Gatlin Downey all came down for 4 tires, and Downey, of course, repairing from that incident. Zach Rogers has been checked and released from the infield care center. He is all right in that number 9. So, but his day will indeed be done. He will finish last out of the drivers that were attempting the full race. 39th there for the 9 team is heartbreaking to see, but thankfully he is all right. Logan Bradley now will take the reins of the race lead from the other Zachary Racing driver, Alex Peters, who was leading this race earlier. Patrick Smith, Priya McShane, Nicky Morris. Those are 3 drivers inside this top 5 that have never won in the Crown. Well, never mind. Priya McShane won last season. We've been hyping it up all this time. 3 drivers who haven't won this year, as well as 2 of them being drivers who have never won, and 1 of them being a major underdog, even though she does have a win, that being Priya McShane. Logan Bradley leads this field down on Jack in 5th. Could try to get up there with help from Eric Monaco. We're coming back to the green flag racing once again here in Michigan. Field gets off pretty cleanly. Jose Perez getting a little close to the outside, but we'll see what that'll do as McShane's going to fight to the inside in that 2 truck. Looks like that inside line really weaker. This seems like a bit of a different Michigan than we've seen before. That inside line not looking like very strong at all on these restarts or really anywhere. It looks like the outside might be a better chance to get some passing done. So now Patrick Smith, he pushed Logan Bradley as far as he could. Now he has to back off, it looks like, and Bradley's going to be the one pulling out into the race lead by a good margin. You see Nicky Morris working that outside line. Now Riley Spurleytube for Sauber in the Husky Chocolate 28. He's working the outside. We said that might be the chance you're going to have to take to get some spots here, and I think that's what he's doing on the very outside now, pushing Nicky Morris. Looks like that momentum's going to kind of subside there as we come off the corner. A great camera angle looking at the back, coming down this back straightaway as you see the momentum shifts here. Alex Fletcher with a big run on the outside of Boss Peter Onjak there. Antoine Smith in the 00. Are we under caution? I thought we were under caution. We are not. Patrick Smith now to the inside of Logan Bradley. Here we go for the race lead. CFRO trying to get their 2nd win on the year after not having a win, having only 1 win in their 4 years of competition prior in the CRTS. That winner for CFRO, Logan Bradley on the outside fighting. Here comes Nicky Morris in the 7. He's looking to the bottom trying to make something work. It's not going to happen though with Spurleytube up here. Look at the run Antoine Smith just got up the middle, and Alex Fletcher. Those 2 are flying up here into the top 5. Restarted this one 8th and 11th for the 2 of them. Spurleytube now jumping to the inside. Is that we got a crash in the back? It's Austin Johnson again, I saw, and I think Diego Yepes as well as Riley Spurleytube in the 28 truck is going to try to take the lead away, and it looks like he will. No, Bradley's fighting back on the top. Going to be a drag race coming down the front straightaway. Who's going to lead him back? Too close to call. I think it was Spurleytube though, and that's what they will decide it as there for the 28 getting that spot. Alex Fletcher, I believe, yeah, he's 3rd, so Logan Bradley 2nd. Austin Johnson spins around. Jeffrey Finguy in that. Diego Yepes in that as well. And it looks like that's about it. So another spin here. We've had a big plethora of spins so far here at Michigan. Spurleytube, though, on that restart, Spurleytube, Fletcher, and Antoine Smith moved like madmen there. And Antoine started this race 29th. He's already up into the 4th position. Alex Fletcher started 16th. He's up here. Riley Spurleytube started this race 7th, so he's not really a big gainer. Neither is Logan Bradley, started this race 8th. But those 2, that 46 and 00, have moved their way through the field real quick. Looks like 20 of 50 in here. Looks like that's when these guys are going to come down pit road. So we'll see if those alternate strategy guys stay out. Alex Peters will. Peters has gained a lot of spots. I don't know if that's from the restart or what. No, he's 23rd. He's just picking up spots because he wants to. So Alex Peters is going to stay out. So that alternate strategy coming in last time. So will Dilks, Lane, Downey. So it looks like most of those guys that did that alternate strategy are coming in. Maxwell Fay, Fitzwater not. So it looks like Neal and Fitzwater aren't trying to win this race. They're just trying to survive it. And they just keep coming down pit road. There's your 4 that stay out. Now we'll look at Riley Spurleytube as that 28 team comes down to take their 4 tires and fuel probably. No one's taken 4 tires except those guys on the track and those that came in under the caution last time. So this is probably the time to do 4 tires, though. Nicky Morris doing 2 left sides only, 2 rights there. Some major pit strategy being played early on. A couple guys going for 4, but it will be Spurleytube leading them out, as that's a fantastic move right there. Patrick Smith, Jesse Turner getting real close coming on to pit road. McShane and Cobbs almost making some contact as the rest of the field comes cycling back out from their pit boxes. So we'll go ahead, bring you guys back to the action after this, see what happened to the third caution of the day here in Michigan. So looking at this, the third incident already of the day here. It's Yepes on the inside, and now they're 3 wide. I don't know if Dilks gets a piece of this or not, but you see Turner and Johnson are on the top. Finn guy's on the inside. Oh, it looks like Turner's going to be the one bouncing off the wall back into Johnson. It's pretty much similar to that first incident. Yepes gets pushed by Jesse Turner down and spins around. That 89 now has some right side damage. We see Johnson just goes right up to the back of the 47. That's the second time today this has happened to him. Pretty much the same fashion between him and the 02 as they go spinning down the back under caution for the third time today here at Michigan. Back live here at Michigan, 23 laps into this one. Fitzwater and Dusty Neal both came back down to top off on fuel under caution. Doesn't look like those two teams are really, they're just trying to survive this race, it appears. But Alex Peters up front, John Dilks second, Colton Lane third, Gatlin Downey fourth. They last pit on lap 13, 4 tires for all of them. Everyone else came in on lap 21 or later, and most of them took fuel and tires, though it's about an even split between left and right side tires, though the 32-59 only went fuel only. 59 then came back in topped off. So Maxwell Fay, 27th right now on the grid. He is the other driver on older tires that came in on lap 13. Coming down the front straightaway, green flags back in the air. Alex Peters with an absolutely great restart. And we're back racing here at Michigan. John Dilks second. Spurley Tube already picking up short work on Downey, though. Downey is damaged. You got to remember that. They're still trying to repair that car in that 19 truck from that earlier incident with Zach Rogers. But now Spurley Tube trying to push him through. Looks like back here there's Logan Bradley kind of holding up. Nicky Morris, Patrick Smith, Eric Monaco there. Now Antoine Smith going to try to use that outside in the 00. Interesting to note, the Kroger Patriotic scheme not running the Patriotic races this year, but it was such a good scheme. SBR decided to bring it back for at least one race, so it's here in Michigan on this race weekend. But it is a very good scheme. Let's see if he can get maybe his first career win with it. It's looking like a great day today for that 00 team, but Spurley Tube has now cleared Lane and Dilks. He has a bit fresher tires than the 45. At least he took those right side tires under the caution. He's up to second now in that 28 truck, charging after Alex Peters, who is so good on these 2-mile ovals. He's charging away from the field, but Spurley Tube's now going to pull away from Lane and Dilks. Peters running a bit lower, trying to keep Spurley Tube out of his draft. You see Antoine Smith is going for it back there, going 3 wide in that 00. Hopefully he can make it stick as he's on the outside of Lane and John Dilks. Dilks sends it in. Antoine sends it in pretty high as well. Spurley Tube sends it in, and he's going to clear Alex Peters on the outside. Antoine keeps it off the wall, or keeps it off everyone else, and it is Spurley Tube out in front. But I want to point out something's going on back here. That's Maxwell Fye going sideways in the 32 as a big hit from Brad Stover in the 24, and we're going to be under another caution. Heavy damage for both trucks, and they are done. And I don't know what was going on. I saw 3 and 4 wide back there, and Spurley Tube leads us back around. And man, it would be nice to get some green flag racing here today, but these truckers really don't want to. We're under caution for yet another time, the 4th time in the first 27 laps of this race here at Michigan. And it looks like a lot of these drivers, now you see why we need the 2-mile eligibility, because even these guys struggled to get around on these big, fast tracks and leave enough space for each other. So Spurley Tube, Peters, Antoine Smith. Looks like everyone's coming back down, and I honestly don't see why not, because you could make it to the end of the race if you come down here, top off on fuel, and save a little bit. So this could be big for everyone. They could be trying to get that fuel strategy to the end of this race. This is going to be like the 3rd time everyone's come on down. I don't see why at this point you just don't take 4 tires. If you're running here, I mean, you could probably just throw the other 2 on that you didn't use under the last pit stop. But if you're Alex Peters in them, 4 tires is probably going to be the goal. Spurley Tube leads this field down. We're just going to this camera angle, making sure. Looks like everyone is going to indeed come on down. There you see the torn up truck of Brad Stover. Antoine Smith again started this car way in the back. Most of the tracks in the NSDCA have pit road selected by your starting order, so the first pit stall will be the pole sitter and so on. So you can see pretty much how far guys have come through the field. or falling back through the field by the time they make their pit stop. And it looks like right there, I'm expecting the 7145 to go for the 4 tires. It looks like everyone... No, they're going to go for 2, so... Looks like everyone's going for those 2 tire calls again. Spurleytube, Smith, Peters lead them out. Dilks, Matthew Eves up to 5th. No idea where that 48 just came from, as everyone's trying to get back off of a crowded pit road. So it looks like probably 2 tires or fuel-only calls for most of the field. We'll go ahead, get a quick replay of the 4th caution of the day. Bring you guys back to the action here in Michigan. 4th incident of the day, but this happened about a lap prior to it. You see Reed there in the 63. He's going to stack them all up. Then Freeze comes off the bottom, and now these guys are 4 wide. Now Sladek's going 4 wide, and now they're a couple rows deep 4 wide, which is not going to work here. So now they're sitting 4 wide. Brown's trying to pull away Ray. They're trying to kind of lessen the pressure up front, but now you got Brad Stover. He's going to bounce off the wall up there. Now Reed, he's also in the wall. They're trying to keep it off there. Finguy and Brown are going to make contact in front, forces them 4 wide again, and then it's going to be another situation. Bounces off the wall right into the 32. He hooks Finguy, but then Stover comes through, and right at the last second, trying to get around that 32, they make front-end contact. Don't know what Stover was doing there in that 24. But you see there, Finguy just goes in, gets both him and Brown messed up there, and it's just going to run out of room coming off the exit. And Faye's going to go up, hooked by the 16, hit by the 02, and then finally totaled by the 24. Stover, who came in harshly. 4th caution of the day here in Michigan. Back live here at the GMC Sierra 250 at the Michigan International Speedway. We're just hoping this race can have some green flag racing. We've had 4 cautions in the first 30 of 50 laps. Not many cars out of this race, though. That's probably the bigger factor there because you got slower trucks at the back now all piled together. But we got Spurleytube, Antoine Smith up in front. 1 car just dipped out of line. Daniel Kobza in the 44, 7th in points. This is going to drop him out of the chase right now. An engine issue, I believe. Yes, on the 44. He's smoking. So that will call Daniel Kobza out of this one. He's going to end up finishing not in the top 10. He's going to end up finishing 36th in that 44. That's heartbreaking to see. Still winless yet this year, but has put up some good efforts in that 44 truck for Kobza. Of course, coming off of a 4-win year in Mountain Dew Custom Series and pretty much the same scheme as that Hot Wheels number 44. They signed back on, and it's not been going too hot for Kobza this season. He will be out of this one. So that moves Priya McShane into the top 10, following right now Spurleytube, Antoine Smith, Peters, Dilks, and Eves is your top 5. Everyone on pit road took 2 tires. No one took 4, and no one took fuel only. So Eves gaining a good chunk of positions was mainly down to that fantastic TSR pit crew. But the ex-TSR truck driver, now only TSR Cup driver for Sauber Racing Team, leads us down. Antoine Smith looking to the top as we're back racing at Michigan. Eves goes up as well. Monaco Fletcher in there. Got a lot of trucks up here looking for a win. Let's go here in Michigan. Alex Peters going to immediately dive to the inside and take advantage of Antoine Smith. Spurleytube kind of slows coming through the corner. Not slows as in a mechanical issue, but just let off the throttle there. Free's going to bounce off the wall. He's been bouncing off of everyone today, but that's going to stack this whole front group back up as Antoine Smith now is going to shoot to the top. Very wide as Eves is looking for a move up the middle. The 48 truck looking to go back-to-back here with Matthew Eves. Spurleytube blocking every line he can. Smith gets a piece of the wall. Here comes Matthew Eves in the 48. Now dueling with Spurleytube down the front straightaway. And these two are on bad terms. You remember at Kentucky, it was Eves who got into Spurleytube and took him out of that front group in that race. And now, Eves versus Spurleytube up front. They're side by side coming down this front straightaway. And Alex Peters in the 45. Well, this is the back straightaway, but Alex Peters in the 45 now charging. John Dilks is up here with that momentum. Look at McShane going to the outside. Now Antoine Smith moving that top. Spurleytube's got to watch, but look at the momentum he just carried coming off the corner. Outside lines looking like a king move here, and here comes Antoine to the inside of his boss, Eves. That's the battle for second, and Antoine Smith's going to shoot right back into second, chasing down now Riley Spurleytube. And the pack is starting to get back together and form back up here as now Alex Peters trying to get through. Nicky Morris on the very outside. Dilks now. Fletcher, Butcher. If these guys can keep it maybe 2 wide, you can definitely make it through. But 3 and 4 wide's pushing it now. And I don't know what it is with that outside line this time this season here at Michigan, but it is really not working coming off these corners. But now Antoine Smith has lost that spot to Eves again. Spurleytube trying to hang on in that 28 truck as he pulls away. We got 16 to go next time by here at Michigan. And Eves is going to send it in. Spurleytube with a horrible entrance to the corner. That brings Eves and Smith right back up to him. The top 3 single file as Monaco and Peters fight for that 4th position. And you got Ryan Butcher pushing Monaco. Butcher started this race 33rd. He's up in the top 10. Right now sits in 6th in the point standings. And now Antoine, Eves goes low. Antoine's going to fight right back and clear the 48 as Spurleytube tries to pull away here at Michigan, but it's real hard to do so with draft being as important as it is. Here comes Monaco. He's looking for his first career NSDCA victory, as well as Antoine Smith further up. Both of these guys have been waiting for years in the truck series, in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, trying to win their first race, and they're up here 2nd and 3rd, fighting in the closing stages. Butcher trying to win his first race for BGM in a very long time in that 17 truck. He's looking for that 3rd position away as Monaco jumps to the inside. Smith went up to either block Butcher or maybe hope for that Toyota power to help him, but he left the Dodges alone on the inside. That's going to bring Monaco to 2nd. Eves now looking to the inside, and they're going to be 3 wide coming down the front straightaway up here in this battle for 2nd. Peters 6th, Dilks 7th, Fletcher 8th, Onjak moving his way back to 9th. Look at Logan Cloud, the hometown hero, a few years ago, driving the number 2 for Jones Racing Inc. He was leading this race on a restart. It blew up on him. Now you see they're 4 wide back there. That's bright into the wall with Stephen Wallace Jr., and we got a battle for the lead as they go. Monaco and Smith now trying to get around Spurleytube. And Eves is going to do the same thing Spurleytube did. Send it on the outside, try to get the momentum coming off, but I don't think he has as much momentum as Spurleytube did to pull away from him. Now Monaco chasing down Riley Spurleytube, 2 drivers who have never won in the NSDCA, fighting a driver who just won last week, and the other driver who probably should have won last week in Riley Spurleytube. Now, Monaco fighting him. Antoine Smith right behind him as they come off the corner. Butcher 5th, Alex Peters 6th. This whole front group, it's a pack race right now, as you see. Matthew Brown, the damaged trucks at the back, just kind of driving around, running around on their own terms. Anderson Reed, Dusty Neal, Matthew Brown, some of the slower trucks in the field. Yepes and Austin Johnson. Johnson has been in, I'm pretty sure all 3 of the 4 crashes today. I know he's been in 2, but no matter what, he's inside this top 25, still in this front pack trying to win this. There goes Bright now 3 wide back here with Nicky Morris and Patrick Smith. An important thing we know from the Circle K deal, they want some top 20 finishes for this team to continue their sponsorship. And right now, Nicky is providing it for Circle K. Driving his way up as we miss the battle for the lead. It's not the NSDCA without missing the pass for the lead. Eric Monaco, your new race leader here at Michigan in the closing laps, coming around to 12 to go. Sauber Racing Team has not won in the Truck Series since not Alex. Was it Alex Kraft? It might have been Alex Kraft being their only truck win because they never won in the trucks with Matty Porta or Zachary Fitzwater when he drove for the team. And they only got their 2 wins in Cup Series with Porta. So this could be the first win, if he can pull it off today, for Spurleytube in a while in the Truck Series, as well as a possible win in over 4 years for the Sauber Racing Team in the Crown Royal Truck Series. But now you got 2 drivers, as Spurleytube, I was going to say Smith was pulling away. Spurleytube fought right back. Eric Monaco trying to win his first ever NSDCA race. So is Antoine Smith. And look at where did he come from. Logan Cloud in the 82, looking for the 5th spot on the 17. Fueled by wanting to win in front of the home crowd. Last week at Steelback, Brandon Morris took home the victory in front of the Pittsburgh crowd out at the Steelback Stadium. Peter Onjak has won at Chicagoland. He won last season in the Cup Series there. You've had many drivers win in front of the home crowd in the last years or so, And now Logan Cloud wants to do so here in Michigan. Coming through in this 82. He's right now 6th. Has a shot at it. And now Ryan Butcher, what does he do? He pushed Antoine Smith up. They're both going to have some momentum on Monaco. He goes to the bottom to now try to go 3 wide on Monaco. It looked like he was trying to. The momentum fizzled out. He was not going under the white. But here we go now. Butcher wants the race lead in the Rick and Morty 17. Now that's not going to happen on the inside, though. And look at Cloud in that 82. Going to pull right past Eves. What a monstrous performance by this 82 since the restart. He's up into the 5th spot. Now he's fighting Ryan Butcher for the 4th spot here as the crowd goes crazy for Logan Cloud in that 82. And Antoine Smith, these two might not want to fight each other right now. They're trying to win their first race, but look at the crowd that just gathered behind Spurleytube. Matthew Eves, Alex Peters, Onjak, and Perez have gained up. Here comes John Dilks. They're going 3 wide up front as we got the battle for the lead. Antoine Smith to the inside on Monaco. Antoine Smith was a driver at Evernham for most of his career coming up into the National Series. Then he moved over to Shade Burkhardt Racing last season to take that truck ride. He didn't really do much with it last year, let's be honest, but this year he is coming back with full vengeance now as Butcher fights him. Monaco is basically a new pet project for Ange Auto with Jesse Turner in tow, both drivers taken from other teams that were really underperforming with them. Turner got his first truck win this season. Monaco's trying to do it here as Spurleytube now jumps to the bottom. Cloud's going to go 3 wide back here with Butcher. Please do not go 4 wide, boys. Monaco's going to carry on the outside, but what do we see back here is Peter's going to drop back Perez through the middle, and now the 82 of Logan Cloud, he's pushing Toyotas up in front of him as he's pushing towards the front. And now you got Butcher still fighting Antoine Smith, Spurleytube, Monaco. We got 7 to go this time by. Butcher sends it in. He's trying to make anything he can on that inside, but you got to remember, do these guys have enough fuel? They pit with 23 to go. If my memory serves correctly, the fuel window's usually been about 20 to 25 laps. So there is a chance that they can make it to the end, but there is a chance that they could run out. Antoine Smith is shoving that number 4 through this corner, through this track, and he's trying to clear Butcher. He wants to get that momentum. Now Cloud making it work. Alex Peters on the outside. John Dilks fighting with Peter Onjak as Bradley bounces off the wall. Now Antoine Smith, he pushed Monaco up. He's going to abandon him right there. Back to the bottom goes the SBR 00. Coming around to 6 laps to go here at Michigan. This is still anyone's race to win. Smith throws the block, clears the 4. If you remember back at Richmond in the Cup Series, the fresher tires were moving through the field, but they couldn't get around the race leader because they couldn't settle their differences on who would be able to get up there and pass them. And right now, that could be what we're seeing here. Smith and Monaco, both hungry for their first win. They're not going to give an inch to anyone. Butcher, Cloud have not won in a while for their respective teams. Neither has Alex Peters. These drivers up front are all hungry for their first wins in maybe a year or maybe ever, and they're all now chasing Riley Spurleytube and that Sauber Racing Team number 28. 5 to go, 10 more miles ahead of us, still a long way to go to close out this Michigan event. Spurleytube up in front, Monaco second. Antoine Smith now clears himself into third, but you got Butcher, Peters down there. Monaco kind of stacking them up. Now, as all 6 of them, they're all going to the bottom. All want that same line, but it has just let Spurleytube absolutely launch away from him. Monaco really just killed the momentum of that entire group, and now they might be fighting for who can get second. Monaco's truck really starting to fade now. It looks like, I don't know if that 4 truck's going to be able to hang on as Smith goes to the very top again. Cloud back to the inside for third, and now that rest of the pack is catching up. You see Onjak and Dilk still fighting. That's your top 10 right there under a blanket. Don't count out Eli Bright looking for a great run this year. Patrick Smith, Priya McShane still all up front in this event. Antoine's going to carry the momentum and carry away. Butcher now in that 17 is going to clear Eves. That inside line starting to fade real quick as Antoine went super high to get around Monaco. Might have got a piece of the wall, but now they're side by side for second again, and Monaco's going to let him have it. He drops back there. Cloud's going to jump to the outside in the 82, trying to make that momentum and possibly clear for third. It's been 4 years since he led this race and almost won it, and I think he's trying to do that this year and try to win from the back. 2 to go next time by. We're 3 to go this time by, as now Cloud and Antoine Smith, SBR, fight for second. But if you know one thing about the Toyotas, they never work together on tracks you're supposed to, on tracks that are draft heavy. And just right like that, Cloud dove to the inside of Smith, didn't get there. Now he's back to the clutches of Monaco, but Antoine is starting to catch up to that 28 truck. And Antoine's pulled away from that second group. Spurleytube goes up the track, searching for some grip. That 00 back to the bottom, trying anything he can to catch up. Now Cloud's going to clear Monaco to third. That car is really starting to fade. That 4 truck not working well on the inside, and he's lost a ton of time to your race leader. On Jack and Peters, it's probably going to be too little too late for those guys, as they've been fighting for a bit, but they're moving up here. As the Sauber Racing Team 28 of Spurleytube leads over a driver who has never won in the NSDCA in Antoine Smith. A big run down the back there. He's trying to pull away from Cloud. Eves up the track. Fletcher and Patrick Smith blocking further back. Single file up front. We're coming to the white flag here at Michigan. If Antoine has anything, I don't know. If he's all alone out here, I think he's just a sitting duck. And Spurleytube isn't, because Antoine has basically no help as Onjack, Monaco, Butcher, Cloud fighting hard for that third position. It looks like this could be Spurleytube's race to lose the Husky Chocolate 28 out in front. As Antoine Smith tries desperately to close in, he's going to get a run. Here comes the 00. Does he have enough time? He has the momentum coming off of 2 as Spurleytube really just killed it. He's going to have one last chance coming into turn number 4. Can he do it in the 00? Spurleytube up front, Antoine Smith in second. They're going to run 2 different lines. Smith on the bottom trying anything he can to get there. He's going to get the momentum. Coming down the front straightaway, side by side for the race lead. Smith looking for his first win, coming across the line. Antoine Smith is going to get his first career win in the NSDCA by less than 1/100th of a second with a last lap pass. What a drive there by the 00. What a run. Logan Cloud comes home third. Alex Peters fourth. Peter Onjak comes home fifth. Butcher sixth. Monaco seventh. Eves eighth. Eli Bright with a top 10. I think that's his first top 10 in any... No, that's his second top 10, or third top 10 actually, in any series this year. So his truck season's actually gone better than I thought. But oh my gosh, what a drive at the end. Barely a photo finish. And after 3 years of trying, Antoine Smith gets it. Spurleytube tried everything he could in that 28 truck. And, you know, it's a momentum-based track. You go in a little too harshly. You go in maybe a little too softly, and it could really kill your momentum. And it looked like it did down the back. It brought Smith in close enough to where he could get the draft coming into turn number 3. Smith went to the inside, really, in that 00. Got the run off the corner and ended up side by side. And at that point, it's where the momentum takes you. Logan Cloud third in front of the home crowd. Probably not a race win that he wanted, but from 25th to 3rd. So those SBR trucks were moving fast through the field. Toyota had a great race pace truck and not a great qualifying truck. Antoine Smith, Logan Cloud, Ryan Butcher, the 3 Toyotas inside the top 10, all started outside of 25th or worse in those trucks. Antoine Smith coming from 29th to win. Spurleytube 7th to 2nd. But what a finish we had. The beginning of the race was crash-filled. 4 crashes in a row brought us to just over the halfway point, and it was green flag from there. The fuel did not matter. And what a drive by Antoine Smith to go up there and snag his first victory. Spurleytube just short for Sauber. They're going to have to wait more until they can see victory lane again. But Spurleytube has been competitive. He's 4th in points entering this. Jose Perez, Matthew Eves, Eric Monaco, Spurleytube, all with top 10 runs basically today. And those are your 4 fighting for that points lead right now. That should put Spurleytube in the points lead, though, getting 2nd over Eves 8th, Monaco 7th, and Perez is 9th. They entered this race 9 points between all the top 4 of them. And with that new points format this year, of course, the top 15 positions pay much more than the rest of the field. But Antoine Smith comes home with the victory. Cloud fought at the end, came up just short. Spurleytube came up just short at the end. And you got to feel for him, but you know, he is a competitive racer. He is strong. He'll get a win this year. And what can you say but a first career win after so long for Antoine Smith finally breaks into victory lane. Cup Series goes to I-69 after this. The MDCS, of course, went to I-69 last night. Cup will go there tomorrow night. A great race was had today, at least in those closing laps. A ton of comers and goers, and a battle for the win that came down to the last corners of the last lap. Antoine Smith gets his first career win. We'll see you guys next week. I believe the Truck Series is off next week, so we go to Cup next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time on the NSDCA.